What's going on here? This is gonna be my first back testing video. It's gonna be around 15 minutes. Don't want to make it too long because these are just for me to go back and review, and I don't want to review 1 hour at a time, so we'll do 15 minutes. So first off, I'm gonna start off going to the 4-hour time frame here. Okay, I already did my replay mode, so I put it back. Okay, I'm gonna mark up some zones here, just my MentFX blocks. Shout out to MentFX, the guy I've been learning from. So let's do it. So we have this last up move here, right, going to the downside. So in the 4-hour we are bearish. Okay, so we see here that this MentFX block broke down, creating another MentFX block to the downside. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that down here. Okay, from the low to the high. And if we want to see bear structure, we got to see price break down, validating this MentFX block, and then possibly trading into a zone somewhere in here, depending on where price decides it wants to go. So I'm gonna go back to the 15-minute. Okay, I'm actually gonna go back here. I'm gonna mark these as the 4-hour because I don't want to see them on my 15-minute, and on the 4-hour they will not show on the 15-minute. There we go. Keep my charts clear. Okay, here we are. So on the 15-minute, looks like we are bullish, probably just a retracement before the move down again. So I'm gonna go through here, mark up some MentFX blocks. All right, probably not too many, just so I can see where structure's at. So we have one here. Okay, as you can see, price broke through here. Okay, validating it, creating a new one here from this down move. Okay, validating it right here. See, broke structure there, creating a new one here. We'll just keep marking them. Okay, broke structure there. Zoom in a little bit, see what's going on. So you can see broke structure there, validating it, breaking down. We have this last down move here, which we can already see it gets broken anyways. This one gets invalidated. So if we wanted this MentFX block to be validated, it would have broken up to the top side, but as we can see, it broke down, so this one is invalid. So I'm just gonna label that invalid here so I can see what happened. Okay, and we're just gonna keep going. So what created this down move here, which is this up move here, created this down move here. So I'm gonna go ahead and label that again with my MentFX block. This up move here, okay, got validated here, came back up. Okay, then broke structure here. So now we're back. We have this down move that created this up move here. So let's go ahead and label that again. Okay, so we have our MentFX block here. We had this down move here. Okay, which was validated right here by this break of structure. Okay, so we can see price traded into it right here, into a zone. Let me just go ahead and mark that up just so we can see where it's at. Okay, so it's traded into this zone here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark this up as my supply and demand zone. Let's stretch this up. All right, there we can see where it tested. So there's no question about it. Tested this demand zone here to make price go up. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit so I can see where we're at overall. Okay, so now we had this down move here, this big down move here, this MTFX block. Let's go ahead and mark that up. This big MTFX block here, okay, which got validated with this break of structure here, came down, didn't test into it, just broke structure again. So we're getting to our point where we're going to start our little back test. Alright, so we have this impulsive move up, which created this down move. We're going to go ahead and mark that. So let's go. We can mark it from here. This last up move. Actually, put it like right here. This last up move created this down move. Okay. Keep it zoomed in a little bit. Zoomed out so I can see overall where we're at. Price is breaking down. Okay, we're creating a new MTFX block right here. We had this last up move here, creating this down move. We could just go and mark all of them. So we had this down move here, or this up move here. Okay, got validated with this break of structure here. Okay, we have another MTFX block. Okay, broke down, came back up. Looks like it tested this supply zone here. Let's go ahead and mark that in. So we know price tested there. All right, now let's keep playing price, see where price wants to go. Okay, price came back up and tested this zone. Let's see if price is going to break through. Nope. So what happened here? Okay, so this impulsive move here came down, then came back up to test this supply zone. So let's go ahead and mark up this supply zone here. Okay, last up move, the whole wick. Okay, price came in and tested that. So if we can go back, right, we'll just rewind it here. Okay, and we'll see how price got into our zone. Let's go to our 1 minute. Okay, so this is our supply zone here, and there's price. So let's let price play out a little bit. All right, as you can see here, it looks like some Wyckoff is forming. Okay, so what is this? Possibly our buyer's climax. Let's go ahead and label that here. It's going to be our buyer's climax. Don't worry about the labeling, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we have our automatic rally here. Okay, we have our secondary test. Secondary test broke past the seller's climax. All right, and then we have our sign of strength, which broke past the AR, breaking structure to the downside, possibly showing that price wants to go down. So let's go ahead and label that as our sign of weakness here. Let's label that sign of strength just in general, but it's a sign of weakness. Okay, then we have our ST in phase B here. All right, so we have our ST in phase B. Price hasn't entered our zone yet. I'm assuming that the spring will, so let's just keep watching price. Okay, there we go. Price broke through there. Okay, playing around a little bit. Okay, before the breakdown. So this right here, I will label it as our spring or our UTAD. All right, so this will be our UTAD. Okay, so the last up move before the down move. Let's see if price wants to come back and test our zone here. Okay, let's play price out a little bit. Okay, price breaks through. Okay, so possibly moving our spring up. This can be our ST in phase B here. And if it breaks past my zone, then I will just consider this incorrect. There we go. So it doesn't matter. There can always be multiple tests. So we can just label this another secondary test here. Right. We go down, we have our spring, price broke structure. Does it break past our sign of weakness? Yes, it does. Breaks past our sign of weakness. But as we can see here, that price did not come back to test our spring, so there was no way for us to get in. Okay, unless there was a supply zone here somewhere on a smaller time frame. My time frames don't go that low, so I can't tell. Okay, there's a supply zone here. I don't know if I would take that to get in, but some people might. All right, so that's our spring there, or that's our Wyckoff, our distribution. Okay, so now we have another Mentafex block that formed. So let's go ahead and label these and keep track of them. So we have the last up move here, all right, for the down move. So we now created a new supply zone here in our Mentafex block. Let's go ahead and label that one. Okay, and we'll see where price wants to go from here. So I'm assuming price wants to head down, but let's find out. Okay, price comes in and tests it and moves away from it. So let's go back to our 1 minute, see how price reacted to it on a smaller time frame. Okay, possibly some Wyckoff in here, which I probably, let's see. So we can do our buyer's climax, automatic rally, secondary test, STMB, the spring, breakdown, which broke down here, then came back and retested it. So let's just go ahead and label these here. Okay, we have our buyer's climax here. Okay, we have our automatic rally way down here. We have our secondary test. Label this one secondary test right here. All right, we have our STMB. Before we get our spring here, or our UTAD. I'll call it a spring. I don't like to remember too many names. I know it's a UTAD. All right, so price comes down. Okay. Let's see, does it close below my spring, which it probably doesn't, but breaks through. Okay, validating our supply zone, comes back in, tests it a little bit before the breakdown. So that's our little ugly distribution there. Okay, so let's go back to our 15-minute zone here. Stretch this out here. Okay, let's just keep playing price. Price may want to go back in here or create a new supply zone that it wants to play with. All right, so created a new supply zone here. Let's see, let's just go ahead and mark it up. From the low to the high. Okay, this candle here validated it. Okay, now let's see, price wants to go back into it or create a new supply zone. Alright, looks like price is pulling away from it, creating a new supply zone and a new mini little MenTFX block here. So let's go ahead and just label these, keep track of them, that way we're not losing our spots. Okay, so we created a new MenTFX block there. Alright, which has a supply zone here. Alright, go ahead and label that one there. Okay, let's see where price wants to go. We also have another one here. Don't really feel like labeling it. I think price might go to the higher one, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Alright, price didn't tap either of them before breaking down. Alright, creating a new MenTFX block. So let's go ahead and label this MenTFX block here. Alright, and then I will come back in the next video. I'm going to cut this one short so I can go back and check my progress, see where I made mistakes and what I can find that I can't find live.